Oh. Wow. Okay, let me move forward. Let me move forward. Sunny Bonani. Sunny Bonani. Sunny Bonani. Oh, I forgot my tea. I forgot my teas. So, I've decided. How's my lipstick? Yeah. I think it's perfect. I've decided that I'm gonna wear black. Because I was editing my videos and I was seeing, wow, the black looked really so much better because my lighting is quite something. My lighting is really something. Sometimes the sun just fades. I am dependent on Mother Nature, grandfather sun with his trillions of blessings from a trillion suns. But sometimes, the sun will come this way, sometimes just disappears into that side of the house and that side. So the lighting looks better when I'm wearing black. So we're going to wear black. I love my kimonos. I really love my kimonos. I find that they make me feel grounded and centered sometimes. And I feel that in spiritual practice, we all need to dress the way we want, feel the way we want. I love beautiful cotton. I call it high vibes clothes. High vibes clothes. High vibes clothes. High vibes clothes. I love beautiful dresses. I love beautiful jewelry. As you can see, I have a lot of crystals. I really love beautiful jewelry. I love beautiful prayer beads. They connect to me. Sometimes I just can't get into that space of wanting to pray, of wanting to meditate, of wanting to be centered. Honestly, I don't actually want to be in that space all the time. But sometimes just waking up and just, okay, I can do it. Just one more day. And I would say the first 21 days are going to be your hardest. Just don't give up. I am feeling the energy and the shift as I am working through my radical forgiveness worksheets. And I am just like, I've been working on radical forgiveness for 15 years, but I still go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in every experience. Even when I'm working with a client privately, as they are working through some of their issues, I realize, oh my goodness, if they are working through some of these issues on an unconscious level, I probably need to work through some of these issues too myself. And then I will start my own radical forgiveness process and my own journey and just rebirthing whatever vision I'm working with my client or co-creating with my client. And it's really an intense process because things come up that you don't even realize that could come up. Emotions, angers, rage, suppression of ideas and dreams that you really wanted and that you had to suppress because you want something else came up, and now you're resentful. Like all of these things come up, and that's the beauty of creating something that's authentic. As we're going into the golden age but still in the process of birthing that golden age, we're going to be in such darkness. And we're already seeing it in the world with all of the wars that are happening, the climate, I don't know what do you even call it, climate challenges, let's call it climate challenges. Because I just don't want to place a name on it because then it just gives it some kind of energy. Challenges. Financial systems, medical systems, education system, everything is just like up in arms. But this is a place of beauty. This is a place of, yes, fear, but in that fear, we do something about it to change our perspective, to change our idea, to change our mind about what we are witnessing in the world. Because you can only change your mind. You can't change other people's minds. Either people will kind of like join in and share what they can share with you and learn from what they learn from you, what they need to learn. But in the end, it's all sovereignty. It's all standing in your sovereignty, in your own power, in your own spiritual practice. Sorry, not sorry to tell you this. So yeah, it is going to be kind of challenging and difficult, but we come to radical forgiveness. We come here to radical forgiveness. We come here. And today I would love for us to forgive God for all the obnoxious, arrogant, unaware, rich people. Let's go there. Let's go there. I want to forgive God for this because I have found myself judging people that are at a higher income bracket than I, saying to myself, I'm sorry, you're making $1 billion a month. Why is it that you can't give up some of that money? Listen to the wording, give up some of that money for people, other people. I mean, how many billions can you spend? You know, you can't spend all those billions. Would it not be prudent for you to share some of those billions with the people that are actually helping you make some of those billions? Okay, this is my judgment. But like, who am I to tell somebody how to spend their money? Who am I? I don't like it when people come and tell me how to spend my money. No, I'm sorry. I work like 14 to 16-hour days at times. I'm on the plane traveling all the time. I have to get up every single morning and do my radical forgiveness work and light my candles and do my transmissions and pray, go out, go to school. Still have to do my own laundry. Still have to cook my own food. You know, still have to work out and all of these things. How dare you come and tell me how to spend my money? Right? I have this thought going on in my head, but yet I'm sitting and watching YouTube. Today I watched 5-minute YouTube video. So that's why I'm going to make my videos very short now. 5-minute YouTube video on Glendale, where I used to live in Los Angeles. It's a very rich neighborhood. Glendale, Burbank. It's very close to kind of like Hollywood, but not living in West Hollywood. But it's like rich Armenians. And the studios are there, like Disney. It's all around that area. Warner Brothers, all the movie studios are in that area. So I lived in that area with my husband. And I just happened to just be on YouTube and I found like Los Angeles flash mobs, right? Los Angeles flash mobs.
Nordstrom at the Topanga Mall in Canoga Park is the latest target of a chaotic flash mob robbery. Police say the group made off with more than $300,000 in merchandise. Now tonight, security is being stepped up as police continue their search for the 30 or more individuals who stormed the Nordstrom in the middle of the day. KTLA 5's Kimberly Chang has more.
Video shows a group of people inside Nordstrom at Westfield Topanga Mall in Canoga Park grabbing designer merchandise Saturday afternoon. Police said as many as 30 to 50 people may have been involved in this flash mob robbery.
It's just crazy. I mean, there's no integrity in our culture.
Obviously, you got to be terrified. I mean, if you're going with your wife out there with your children and you're walking there and somebody is robbing the store and I saw that they're running out, right? So imagine your kid is standing there.
LAPD says a security guard was attacked but is expected to be okay.
They bear sprayed one of the security guards here at the store.
Last week, a group of thieves robbed YSL at Americana brand in Glendale, part of the Caruso properties.
The problem is big. It's on the rise.
Founder Rick Caruso.
We're in a crisis. They're happening more and more. And what worries me is they're becoming more violent.
What do you believe is contributing to this rise in flash mob robberies?
Well, they're successful,
So now the CEO of this mall is saying that, oh my God, the mayor or the lawmakers, he didn't say the mayor, the lawmakers need to make stricter laws, stricter rules and enforce those laws. What are we seeing here? A person who's very smart, built something, became a CEO of this major department store or mall, but still is giving up their power to some entity outside themselves. The government needs to make stricter laws to punish these people, because what? Father Christmas needs to give us a government that is very, very good so that it can punish these bad people. But let's stop and think. Okay, but like, you're rich, right? My judgment, Tempe's judgment against this nice rich man in America living his wonderful life and doesn't understand why these 30 young people come into his fancy store and steal $300,000 worth of luxury goods. I don't understand.
If you have bad behavior and it's rewarded, you continue with bad behavior.
Caruso says the laws need to be changed.
We need to be very clear with our elected officials. We demand a better, more livable city. We demand them to sit up, take note, and change the laws and make sure that our district attorney is prosecuting these cases.
LA County District Attorney George Gascon says he will hold those involved accountable when they're arrested.
We view them as organized crime, and we will use every tool available under the law when there is an arrest made.
People don't have money for food. They were stuck in COVID for 2 years, 3 years. They don't have adequate education. They don't see a way out. They're super hopeless. A lot of young people in America are freaking super hopeless. Like, they're super hopeless. They're depressed. Flash mobs is a way of rebelling against the system. And they flash mob and they put it online. If they're not unaliving themselves on live stream, they do flash mobs. And of course they're going to do flash mobs in like Beverly Hills and all the fancy areas. They're not going to go do flash mobs in like downtown Las Vegas, because all the fancy casinos are there. But like, they're not going to do flash mobs in their hood in Compton. Homeboy, who's a CEO, doesn't understand why these young people are coming in to his fancy store in the fancy neighborhoods of Los Angeles and stealing.
If you have bad behavior and it's rewarded, you continue with bad behavior.
Caruso says the laws need to be changed.
We need to be very clear with our elected officials. We demand a better, more livable city. We demand them to sit up, take note, and change the laws and make sure that our district attorney is prosecuting these cases.
And he's like, we have a problem. And this is an alarming problem. It's an alarming problem. I'm like not even laughing about it, because there's like such a disconnect. And I was like, oh, I am like this. I am judging this rich white man who doesn't see the disconnect again with these young people who are hopeless, who have maybe been and spent a lot of money in university and they can't get the right jobs because they don't even know what they want to do with their lives. They see all of the influencers online with Rolex watches, Ferraris, and they're filming this stuff. Of course, if I'm like feeling like a loser, I'm depressed, my parents are working 16 hours a day, I have no homework supervision, I don't even know what I want to do. I mean, like, I see all of these people with Rolex watches, Ferraris, big houses, pimped out spaces with friends, on YouTube, and they're all seemingly living an amazing life. And I'm sitting there, I have $50,000 of student debt, and I'm just like, damn, man, how am I going to pay this off working at a burger joint? YouTube is going to take too long to build. I don't know. I might be successful, I might not be successful. Just going into a store and just stealing, I know I'm going to get like, I don't know, $100,000 to $300,000 worth of merchandise. And then I can hawk it there in Compton. Take it back to Compton, put it in the back of my boot, and I can hawk it. There's a lot of people that do this in LA. A lot of children that do this in LA. I used to see it all the time. But I couldn't understand, for me, in my mind, how this guy didn't actually see this. Like, didn't even understand what was going on. But then I said to myself, my gosh, how many times am I judging rich people? But what I'm actually saying is, God, how dare that person be so rich and so foolish? So what do I truly believe about God? What actually do I believe about myself? That maybe if I went up a notch in my income, I would be as foolish as these people who have a disconnect between, what people who are dealing with kind of real life problems. Real life problems. What they're dealing with compared to people who are living in Burbank, who eat out 3 times a day, who can afford a $10,000 handbag. Do you know what I mean? I used to go to these malls in America, and I'm like, who buys a $20,000 handbag on a Tuesday afternoon? I used to sit there and I would just have my coffee or my cappuccino or have my lunch in these fancy places and just watch people spend $100,000 in an afternoon, like 2 hours. I said, my God, like, I could do so much with that money in Africa. Like, but like, what happened? And I was watching a show. It's like one of these Beverly Hills therapists. Oh, yeah, one of these I had a client who was she's a marketing client who was a Beverly Hills psychologist. She was kind of interesting. But like I was watching a show about this guy is like the best known Beverly Hills psychologist to the rich Beverly Hills woman. And he said, no, there's a mental health issue going on because there's just such a lot of competition and there's no comprehension of like, no man, this bag could feed 10,000 people, but who are we to judge other people and how they spend their money? Because what you're basically saying is that if you had that much money, you probably wouldn't be able or know how to spend that money just as well. So it's best you never have that kind of money. I have to start asking myself these questions when I'm watching things. I go deep. But like, how do you think I come up with these questions? It's because I've been practicing radical forgiveness for so long that sometimes when I'm sitting and writing, I'm like, okay, but like, what do I really believe about myself? What do I really believe about God? Oh, God only blesses those people, and look how foolish they are with their money. And what am I basically saying? Oh, I can't move up a notch in my income because I don't want to look as foolish as those people. Yeah, we can still be trillionaires and not be foolish. What a novel idea. What a novel idea. So I love doing radical forgiveness. That's why I come up with these great questions, because I sit and question myself. I mean, like, what is the best gift you can give to yourself? An hour and a half a day to just question yourself. Because most of the time we're sitting an hour and a half on the phone, watching YouTube, talking to our friends on the phone, or miserable. I mean, reading the Bible is good. Reading your spiritual textbooks are good. The Quran, whatever it is. What I love about radical forgiveness is that it's agnostic. You don't need, it doesn't matter if you're Catholic, you're Muslim, you're Sufi, you're Buddhist, you're Christian, you're nothing, you're atheist. Just ask yourself some questions. When you start asking yourself some questions, you untangle yourself from all of the beliefs that are probably not serving you anymore. They just really are not serving you. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me on day number 7. I'm going to see you on day number 8. Bye.
Down.